Your energy sets the entire course of your life, and you're in full control of it, even though you have to get to know it in order to govern it. Every experience, your relationships, your achievements, your challenges is shaped by the energy you choose to hold, even though you don't know you're choosing it. Today, we'll use a simple but powerful tool, the map of consciousness, and cover the basis so that you can pinpoint where you stand energetically, and so you can know how to rise above limitations.
Hi, my name is Zara. I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
In the last video, we explored the concept of energy as your friend and your foe, showing you how it shapes your experiences, whether you realize it or not. Today, we're diving even deeper. We're moving from just understanding energy in a general sense to using the map of consciousness to help you gauge where you stand at any moment and how to shift into higher, empowering states that lead to authentic fulfillment. Energy, vibration, and frequency. What are the differences? The terms are used so much that their meanings are diluted. But every vibration and frequency are the foundation of everything you experience. Energy is the life force that flows through you and animates every part of your existence. Vibration is how this energy moves, creating patterns unique to your beliefs, feelings, and intentions. And frequency, well, that's the measure of these patterns. The higher your frequency, the lighter and more expansive your life feels. The lower it is, the denser and more restrictive your life feels. Every thought and feeling falls somewhere on this scale of frequency. And where you focus most determines how your life unfolds. All right, here's a map of consciousness. Let's take a look at it so that you can see how we go from low to high frequencies, okay? This is a simple map. There are more complex ones, and I'm sure we'll have reason to dig into those, okay? So from the bottom, first of all, I want you to notice shame, guilt, in fact, up to fear. Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, and fear. Those will keep you in such density that you never rise out of it. And this is what's happening with most people. They get stuck in a loop. And this is why I talk about social constructs so much, because when you put so much emphasis on the things you've been programmed to believe that keep you stuck in shame. And it's one of the reasons that I cannot, with religion, and particularly Christianity, that keep you locked in shame and guilt, and then you get to a point of just apathy. You don't know what to think about nothing. You don't feel anything after a while. And grief, that's another one, y'all, that I have talked about before and I'll continue to talk about. Because any kind of loss, when you're so identified with the things that you've worked so hard to gain, and then you lose them, then you lost in grief. So grief is not just about what you perceive as death, which I have an entirely different view about. But if you can stay stuck in that lower level, then you are stuck in suffering. And that is the intent of the matrix. It is to keep you stuck in that low vibrational stuff so that you are so contracted. You stay in that and you will never ever know what it is to live out the life that you were intended to live. Let's move up the scale a little bit. Desire. This is where you're kind of just getting by. Desire and anger and pride and courage is a step above. So we're going to hold off on that one. But the fear, desire, anger, pride, you may not be stuck in those lowest vibrational suffering stages, but you are still just getting by. Think about the people you know, and if this is you, think about how much energy you are expending in those lower vibrational places. It's still low vibrational. It keeps you contracted. When you move into having the courage to move beyond these, then you are moving into a better space. courage and neutrality, then you're starting to open up a little bit more, right? You start to expand a little bit more. You start to open. You start to feel better. That's better than suffering and just getting by. Courage and neutrality and willingness and acceptance. And then you get up to the space of reason. Now, in reason, that puts you in a much more expanded place. And I don't mean reasoning necessarily in a logical kind of way, but you start to reason, which is more like accepting what is, not fighting with what is anymore. All right? But baby, you want to get into that flow state of real expansion, then that is where love and joy and peace lives. In those spaces, then you are no longer reacting to any parts of life. You are seeing life, you are allowing life to be what it is, and you are responding and choosing how you are going to live. You are no longer operating from the program. All right? And then we've got our final, which is the ultimate of ultimate consciousness, enlightenment. You get to that space of being able to live in the enlightened, full, pure consciousness of the divinity that is you in your divine consciousness. You return back to self for real, for real. That is the goal, all right? Now you see the scale. We go from that contracted suffering space up to ultimate consciousness. That is my desire for you. The impact of energy states, fear versus love. Before we go, let's connect this back to the last video. Energy aligned with fear creates resistance, while energy aligned with love flows freely and expands. When you're in a fear-based state, whether that's anger, pride, or shame, you limit flow of energy, which affects your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being. Shifting into love, compassion, or joy, however, is expansive. You begin to connect to your divine consciousness, which is the ultimate key to rising above human programming and embracing your limitless nature. I'm going to say this every video until it becomes a part of you, because no matter what you've heard or believed, there are only two core identities: human consciousness with its programmed limitations, and divine consciousness, the true boundless essence of who you are. Every time you shift to love and higher energy states, you are choosing to operate from your divine consciousness. Now that you're seeing how the map of consciousness works, imagine if you could intentionally lift yourself into higher states every day. This map is a powerful way to understand and master your own energy. It's not only about feeling good, but understanding that as energy, you are shaping your entire experience in every moment. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into these concepts and explore how energy, vibration, and frequency directly influence every area of your life. So if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss it. Well, that's all I have for you today. It's your life. Choose it just as it is. Own it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Change it as long as you can breathe and learn. It can get better. From somewhere out here in South America. Ciao for now.